Your next vacation is being shaped by this invisible force. We're going to pull back the curtain on the powerful tech that's quietly changing how we travel, making things way smoother for us, and you'll see, incredibly profitable for the companies making it all happen. So, think about your last big trip for a second. What's the one thing that still makes you kind of cringe when you remember it? For most of us, it's not the place itself, right? It's all the little frustrations, the friction of just getting there and being there. Was it that crazy long check in line after an even longer flight? Or maybe spending 2 hours of your day, your precious vacation time, stuck in a line for a 2-minute ride? Oh, or what about that classic moment of panic when you realize your room key well, it's somewhere, but it is definitely not in your pocket? Well, the biggest names in the game are basically waging a quiet war on all those frustrations. And their weapon of choice? Technology. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how they're doing it. All right, so first up, let's talk about the fundamentals, your hotel stay. This is where tech is turning what used to be a bunch of potential headaches into one smooth, connected experience. Let's start with a really cool case study from Walt Disney World. So, they were facing this huge logistical nightmare. I mean, shipping delays meant they were literally running out of physical room key cards. That's a massive problem when you have tens of thousands of rooms to fill every single night. But the solution wasn't about finding a new supplier or some different kind of plastic. Nope. The solution, it turns out, was something that pretty much every single guest was already carrying. It was right there in their pocket. And that's where Disney's Magic Mobile comes in. It's a feature inside their app that turns your phone into your room key and your park ticket. It's what powers their director room service, letting you just walk right past the front desk. It's a perfect example of the strategy here. Solve a real business problem and at the same time, create this amazing new layer of convenience for your guests. So what's the engine making all this possible behind the scenes? It's something called a property management system, or PMS. The best way to think about it is as the digital brain or kind of the central nervous system of the entire hotel. A great place to see this in action is at the Vinoy Renaissance Resort down in Florida. And this is where it gets really powerful. Just imagine this flow. A guest checks out. Instantly, the front desk updates the system. That pings housekeeping on their device that the room is ready for cleaning. Now, let's say a housekeeper finds a leaky faucet. They log it right there on their device, and boom, an alert automatically goes to the engineering department. And because it's all linked to Marriott's Bonvoy loyalty program, the staff can see a guest's preferences before they even arrive. It's all about that real-time, seamless communication. And, this idea of putting control right into the guest's hands, it's a global thing. The Westin Chosin Hotel in Seoul, for example, put a dedicated smartphone in every single room, so guests could instantly order more towels or request service without ever having to pick up the phone and dial zero. It's all about removing friction, every little bit of it. Okay, so your hotel stay is now totally seamless. But what about the fun part, the main event? This is where technology goes beyond just fixing problems and starts actively making your vacation better. I mean, just look at this comparison. It's night and day. On the left, you've got the old way. You're physically trapped in a line for hours. On the right, you have Universal's Volcano Bay Water Park. You get this little waterproof wristband, a tapu tapu. You tap it out a ride, and you're in a virtual line. So instead of just standing there, you're free to go swimming, grab food, do whatever you want until it buzzes and tells you it's your turn. The goal here is so simple, but it is absolutely revolutionary. Just get rid of the single worst part of going to a theme park. By turning all that wasted wait time into actual free time, they completely change the value of your day there. And Disney, of course, has its own version of this central command system, the My Disney Experience app. It's like your park remote control. You can check live wait times, book a dinner reservation, find your way around with a GPS map. You can even see your ride photos pop up like magic seconds after you get off. It's all about giving you information in real time so you can make smarter choices about your day. But it's not just about logistics and efficiency. The really, really good service technology, it also has this subtle, positive psychological effect. Think about when you scan your Disney Magic Band. You get that iconic green spinning light and that little magical chime. That's not an accident. That is a carefully designed piece of sensory feedback. It's this tiny, satisfying reward that's psychologically engineered to give you a little hit of dopamine and make you feel good. So, all this stuff sounds fantastic for us, the guest, right? But let's be real. This isn't just about making us happy. This is very, very big business. Let's dig into how all this convenience translates directly into a huge financial advantage. A perfect example is how Disney's Skip the Line service has evolved. For years, the old FastPass Plus system was totally free. It came with your ticket. The new system, Genie Plus, starts at $15 a person per day, and it can go way higher than that. And on top of that, for the absolute biggest rides, you have to pay another extra fee for something they call an individual lightning lane. This was a massive shift. Now, you can imagine when this was announced, a lot of people were not happy. Turning a beloved free thing into a complicated paid service felt like a really risky move. So, from a pure business standpoint, was it a good call?
Well, how about $21.82 billion?
That was Disney's revenue for its parks division in the very first fiscal quarter after they launched Genie Plus, a 34% jump from the year before. They basically created a multi-billion-dollar revenue stream out of thin air by selling convenience. And that right there is the key takeaway from all of this. In the modern hospitality world, convenience isn't just a nice little feature anymore. It is the product. They are literally selling your own time back to you, and it is proving to be incredibly, incredibly lucrative.
Which really leaves us with one final thought. As this invisible tech gets better and better at smoothing out every single frustration we have, from checking into a hotel to waiting for a ride, what's the next friction point it's going to erase? And more importantly, what will we be willing to pay to make it go away?